don't know, this year just made me feel more lost and confused than puberty ever did. 2022 has been the most grueling, intense, painful years of my life, but also one of the most amazing. As difficult as this year has been, I have learned so much about life and its meaning for me. How I make my own choices and need to take care of myself. Hi, I'm Oliver, and I'm the owner of this channel, Fluffy Flamingos. This channel has been running successfully since 2015. For 7 years, this channel has brought me insight into my life and hopefully for those of my viewers. We've done hundreds of vlogs and short films and unboxings and so much more. When I first started this project, I envisioned a kind of journal to some degree. What I've seen, what I've done, a lesson if possible. This video is a celebration and a tradition on this channel. We are going to be discussing 2022 and how it went. It's also a reminder to look towards your future and find some joy in 2023. This year, I'm very proud of my creative projects when it comes to film, photo, podcasting. It's been a big change and increase in progress, an increase in success. This is a comparison we do every year. So let's start off with one of the first videos of 2022, and that was the Gold and Silver episode.
Everybody love money. Everybody love dough. Everybody love paper. Everybody want more, so stay making money.
This video was kind of half-assed, to be honest. I'm not particularly proud of this project, but when I showed it to people, they laughed, they had a good time, so it was worth it, I'm glad. However, in comparison to the stuff that I've been making lately, it doesn't even compute. The stuff that I make now, on YouTube and off of YouTube, have definitely spiked up in quality. This video, I got some RGB lights finally. I've been looking for years, and I found some really cheap ones at Walmart, surprisingly. I've been putting so much more effort into like storyboarding and scripting and lighting, of course. And I've just been loving how it's turning out, how it looks. Everything's just more intricate and stylized, and it says Oliver, it says me all over it. And a good example of a film that I did this year that really captured that essence was the Halloween Magic Fest. This is not a B-roll segment, but this is a clip from that video. And honestly, I think a lot more fun than some of my other ones. So let's take a peek. I'm gonna unclip this so that we can pass it around and everyone can hear us.
Sounds good.
Dislike. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fluffy Flamingos. I'm your host Oliver. Today we got some cool guests with us and my boy Zarek.
Hello.
And back here's my boy James.
What's up?
Hello. Today I wanted to do a Halloween special for you guys. So we're going to be showing you guys some magic tricks, Halloween themed. And then we're going to try and teach Zarek and James here to kind of prove to you how easy this can be.
I suck at magic, so good luck.
Yeah. What's your guys' background in magic?
Nothing.
Cool. How about you?
Like a tiny bit, maybe.
So he kind of knows something, maybe, possibly. And you know zero. I like to recap every year's progress within my work. But it's important to note that not everything is about that. Not everything needs to be looked at that perspective. A really big topic I wanted to hit for this video was the divorce and how it really just flipped my life upside down. For those of you who are like coming in for the first time, this happened about July time. I'm still in the middle of the divorce. The paperwork is almost finished, and it's just been like an excruciating journey to go through this divorce. And for longtime viewers, I'm also sure were really shocked. Like, what I captured on video for us was so unique and I thought really beautiful. And we were together for 4 years when things all ended. Now this section, it is not to smack down on her. It is not to explain in depth what went wrong or why everything happened like it did. This is not that. This section is about how things change, how trials come, but it doesn't have to end there. It doesn't. When the divorce first came into play, I was a mess. My mental health was all over the place, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted to live. But things got better, and in fact my whole life did. And to be honest, I've never been happier than some of the moments in this year. Because a lot of what happened this year after the divorce, I did everything for me, for myself. And I did most of it by myself. I am not saying I didn't have help, but a lot of this motivation and action that happened was because I wanted it, because I pursued it. It was a message to myself that I don't need her to be happy. I can just be happy. Even though this year has had some of the darkest moments of my life, I had an unexpected turn. Slowly as I regained my strength, I learned a lot. I learned so much. To do things for myself and only for myself. To just put myself first, like just things that we talked about in that Oliver short film. I needed help, big time, and I searched and searched until I found it, and I'm still searching for the things that I need. Like I said, I'm restarting my life. I need a new home, a new job, a car, and I'm going to keep searching until everything's perfect. And I'm going to be selfish about it because that's what I need right now. When I made the Oliver short film, so many people reached out to me. I got hundreds of emails. I got a bunch of text messages from friends and family saying how well it was, like how well I did on that video, how much they enjoyed it, how much they loved the message behind that video. As hard as this trial was for me, I found true pleasure and happiness through the little things. I bought my first car. I've been working at Jimmy John's as a delivery driver, and we just go on random escapades and adventures at that job. And it's just a madhouse there, so all sorts of weird stuff happens, and it's fun. I got to be with my family, with friends. I got to make hundreds of projects this year. Things will change, and sometimes they're bad, but they always loop back around. Look for that silver lining. Wait for the sun to come up at the darkest hours. And if I could give you some really good advice, embrace the warmth of your loved ones. Sometimes that's enough. And sometimes you just need it more than you think you know. Just lean on people if you're having a tough time, because it's not a bad thing to need help. It is difficult knowing that for the last 4 years, I have been making videos and photographs and podcasts with my ex-wife. Because it consisted of her face, of her voice, of our love for one another. It was pretty obvious on screen how much we enjoyed each other's company. And initially it was really hard to watch any of that stuff, to do any of that. I made a documentary last year called Dreams, and there was a whole portion of it that was only about her. There's so many things that I've made and done that is hard to look back on. Or at least it was. It just hasn't been difficult lately. I feel overwhelmed with calmness and just like I've moved on. Like it hurts, you know? Like it hurts to look back and think, what did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Was it my fault? Can you love someone for 4 years and just have them flip a switch, turn around and destroy you and your marriage? There are moments where I'm just in that bed and I just kind of wish I wasn't alone. But that's normal. I'm not overcome with grief like I used to be. I've just come to that realization that it's a chapter that closed in my life, and that's it. That's all. And I'm only 22 as of Tuesday. There's so much more that's going to happen after this that I can look forward to, that I can be happy about. So if you ever feel like you're just stuck in that loop, then just remind yourself that there's going to be more. There's going to be other stuff that happens, and this isn't the end. This year, I also felt pretty invisible. I felt pretty lonely at times, pretty useless, just kind of baggage in other people's lives. But that really kind of changed when I decided to live with more purpose for myself. I wanted to finish this channel so bad. I wanted to get to season 5. I wanted to finish season 5 and call it a day. I wanted to rest and relax. I wanted this to be the final chapter of our story as well. Not because I'm tired of you, but because I'm tired. I need some less stuff to do. I want to work on projects that are more film-oriented, like storytelling. This is like vlogging and stuff, like you see me. There's not a lot of acting. I like acting. I'm not the greatest at it, but I could do better by working on projects next year when this channel's done. I wanted to focus on more important projects this year, so we did a lot of unboxings to show you like resources that you can use, things that everyone has at their disposal. We went through so many unboxings. You guys had to have liked at least one of them. You guys had to have bought at least one, I would hope. I would really hope. I wanted you guys to see the options and variety that you have in front of you And, you know, just kind of enjoy a simple unboxing video. Nothing too complicated. Nothing that's gonna strain your brain and your hands. Not another crushing tutorial. Just something relaxing and uplifting. So that was a small topic that we covered, but I wanted to cover some really big stuff. Some stuff that people don't talk about. So like in this last video, we talked about showmanship, about charisma, how to be an entertainer, a successful one. We bumped up the intensity and the difficulty for our students, and I hope you guys appreciate it because it's not going to get any easier from now. I had this goal that I wanted to make a season that by the time you're done, you can't help but be able to hold your own because you know better. I want a full-fledged, well-rounded magician by the end of this stuff. They don't have to be an expert. They don't need to be booking shows in Vegas by the end of this season, but they should be able to have the basics down with some intermediate and advanced knowledge that will projectile them forward so that they can make a show really soon. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Something else that we did this year that I found really enjoyable was Silent Minds. We did the last 6 episodes of that show this year. That was a fun project. I really enjoyed that project. A lot of people reacted and commented to that. We showed you guys how to do magic tricks on a whim without like any prep, really. Like you don't need to have prep before you show up. But yeah, without hesitation, you guys started commenting more, started sending more feedback and support, and it was really nice. This was the project that really made me think and hope and feel that I wanted to pursue film and that I could do more, that I have more potential than this. I may not be the coolest guy on the internet with 1 million views per video, but I have a clear idea of the path I want to take to just be happy, views or no views. And it's all thanks to you guys, my audience, the people that actually stick around, watch till the end, and have a good time, and just kind of jam out with me. Alright folks, it's time for my favorite section, the top 10 me moments. Just 10 moments of pure Oliver Mizrahi for you guys to enjoy.
I already heard that I look like Jeffrey Dahmer with my new glasses. In fact, I used to have fake glasses that also had gold wiring on it, and you guys said the same thing. These glasses look very different, and I still look like Jeffrey Dahmer to all of you, all the time. There's just no winning with you guys, so shut up. I don't look like Jeffrey Dahmer at all. I look, if anything, like Michael Cera.
All that there is can't take what's been given. So
Get that luscious lock in there. Zoom in on that shit. You know how to zoom in? Yeah,
Zoom
that.
in on. Is this enough? Head scratching with the straw.
What do you comment? Comment live.
Right now.
Oh my god, they're not fucking doing it. Alright, just fuck it. Do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You know how to zoom in and zoom out?
Yeah.
All right, I trust you.
Maybe.
That thing on top is just the receiver for my microphone. Other than that, I think we're ready. Now, I know exactly what card you guys are thinking of. Where'd I put that reveal anyway? It's over here, maybe? Could have sworn I promise you guys I had a reveal. It's somewhere. What do you have? This is just for you. Show them. Okay. So if you would like, you can shuffle those cards. It doesn't matter to me, but if you would like, you can. And remember, guys, always let the spectator shuffle if they can. Okay, Chandler, this is the perfect moment to ask you, what is your previous experience in Magic?
None.
Okay, perfect timing.
Make it dollars, make it money. Everybody love money. Everybody love dough. Everybody love paper. Everybody want more. So stay making money. Make it money. I stay making money. Everybody get.
I think it'll be a really good spot for our new addition to the family. I don't mean we're pregnant. I mean a dog. See that, guys? That's called misdirection. Common sense, I would hope, but this has to be said because I see so many magicians on Instagram and TikTok that don't do this shit, and it boggles me, man. How are you alive? How has there not been an angry mob that has killed you yet?
More of a camera trick.
Right.
Oliver's magic powers aren't working today, yes?
I guess so.
Hey, don't jerk it off.
He liked it.
How do you know? You don't know if he liked it. Ask it.
Because he's hard, so he elongated. This segment's always really fun. It's my favorite segment just because I like making people laugh and just fool around. I'm just kind of a clownish kind of guy. I like making people laugh. So to have just a segment of just 10 moments where I make people laugh, I find it enjoyable. I don't know. But if you're new to this channel and this is the first video you're watching, that's me in a nutshell. And if that scares you, I would advise leaving before it gets worse. Speaking of favorites, this video, this tradition of having a New Year's vlog, is my favorite project to work on every single year. I always look forward to it, and as the year progresses, I think to myself, will this video make it into the project? Will it not make the cut? What kind of songs do I want to use in it? Throughout the year, I'll listen to music, oh, that's good, add that to the album so you can remember later in the year. So there's just a lot of stuff that helps me prep for this episode. And a big thing about this series is learning something at the end of my year. Is there anything that I would change? Is there anything that I would do differently? How can I apply that lesson to my life on a day-to-day basis? In the past, we've talked about valuing yourself, about being yourself no matter the cost, to try your best even when it's really hard. This year, though, the lesson that I learned and really took to heart is a pretty simple one. Help others, but don't forget to take care of yourself too. I think the main reason that I've been so happy and free this year is because in the past, when I was married, I was so worried about my wife, and I never really considered myself to be an important person. So I just put all of my attention and focus on her and making her happy. I've never practiced self-care in the past. I've never really cared enough about myself to do anything about it. But with the divorce, there was nothing to do and no one to do it for aside for myself. So I would take night drives. I would take walks. I would watch movies alone. Again, which I've never done until this year. I've never watched a movie alone. Once I applied respect and love for myself through activities and things that I wanted to do, I just felt like a weight lifted off of me. I just felt so open to be myself and that nothing really mattered. But I'm happy to be myself, someone who cares enough about themselves to treat themselves with respect and dignity and trust. This year I went to the psychiatrist and got diagnosed with a lot of mental illnesses like OCD, which I suspected for a long time. And I've been going to therapy. This is not like a PSA or a sponsorship. But my point is that when I saw that I was in trouble, I didn't wait for someone to pick me up. I just did what needed to be done. I think that for myself, I needed therapy, I needed medication, and so that's what I'm doing. And I feel a lot better. Life has been going smoothly. And I'm not saying go do those things. I'm saying whatever makes you happy, pursue that. Whether just simple things. Magic, if I want to be happy, it doesn't take a lot. I just go for a drive in my car at night, and then I fiddle with cards all day. It doesn't take a lot to just please myself and make sure that I have what I need to be happy. I encourage all of you, because this is the last time we're ever doing this year recap, I encourage you guys to find your lessons year by year. I find it extremely helpful. It is something that I do live by every single day of my life. I do try my hardest. I do take care of myself. I do value myself and want to be the best version of myself. I want to be myself no matter the cost. These are things that I've learned through this channel that I feel like affects me every day. It is something I think about constantly. Take it easier on yourself. Help other people. Don't forget to focus on yourself sometimes. Be respectful. It's not too difficult. Please be respectful. The world will be a much better place if we can just be respectful. Don't take shit from people. Stand up for you, your values, and your principles. But that was the lesson I learned this year, and I hope that you guys can take some wisdom and value from that. This year, I feel like I can say that I lived fully, and because of that, I lived happily. I hope 2022 did not ruin your lives like it almost ruined mine, and I hope that 2023 is full of hugs and kisses for all of you. I hope it gives you opportunities, and a lot of them, that only dreams are made of. I hope you guys have an excellent 2023. Before we sign off for our final recap of the year video, I would like to say some thank you notes. First and foremost, I would like to thank my family. This year has been really difficult for me, and all of you guys were right behind me from the beginning. I have this sweet room because of you guys. I am going to college in the spring because my parents looked out for me and pushed me to a limit that they knew I needed. I need to go to college, and they're pushing me towards it. My siblings checking in on me and inviting me to things has been extremely helpful and supportive. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart that this year would have been so much harder without you, and I love you all so much. And I hope 2023 is spectacular for all of us. Sam Farley, you son of a gun. I also love you very deeply. You are family, and you're always there when I need it the most. This year, right after the divorce, we went on a drive and talked for hours about where we're headed and what's going to happen next, and how we feel currently, how our past is affecting us. And that conversation really cleared my mind and helped me see clearly how I need to start living, starting from that moment. You are an insightful, wise man, and I owe you so much. All right, this section, this one's going to be really a special section because these people were really special this year. Rain and Gabe, you guys fixed me, I think would be the best way to say it. When I came back home from the divorce, I can thoroughly say I was broken. I was in the darkest spot, and I met someone, and they were an evil, awful human being, but they introduced me to you guys, and that is something that I will always be grateful for. We have spent a good portion of the last couple of months together, hanging out and watching movies and getting to know one another. And I think the coolest part of us hanging out is the growth. You guys work on so many projects and music and art, and here I am with my videos and my podcasts and whatever. But every time I come over, we're always sharing our art, our projects, and we always have critique and good things to say in the most positive way I've heard it. You guys welcome me like family, and I think it's because you are. You guys are my family this year, and man, you don't make this easy. You guys have thoroughly made me happy. You guys have been there for really some of the hardest part of my healing process. And I feel like I'm functioning so much better at the end of this year. And I think a good portion of that credit goes to you too. So thank you guys so much for being in my 2022. May we remain friends until we grow old and die together, as we laugh along the way at literally everything. Thank you, Rain and Gabe, so much. Reed Levere, our podcast co-host from Bleeding Hearts, all that while ago. This year would not have been the same without you. And you're also just a big support system for me. And you're a really good friend. I love hanging out and just exchanging good times. And I love you with so much of my heart, because I'm running out of room with all these people. But thank you, Reed, for all your help, your love, and your support. This is going to be a strange thank you note because it's to a thing and not a person, but I am extremely grateful for the divorce. And I mean that because I would not have learned half of the things I did without it. Maybe things, if I didn't get the divorce this year, maybe it would have happened later when we had children or something worse. And it would have been more complicated. And to be honest, in hindsight, I think this divorce has been the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. To really shock me into reality and show me what path I'm supposed to take. At the beginning of this year, I was so lost on who I am, what I'm going to do, who I want to be. But those questions are pretty much answered now, and it's because of the divorce that it propelled me into those answers. Last one on the list is you guys, just like every fucking year. I want to thank my viewers because you guys are so cool and fun and awesome. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think before this year, I didn't really have like fans, you know? I have people literally like sending me videos of them doing a trick that I taught. I have people sending me art, making me art. I have people that comment on almost every video. It's been a very wonderful improvement. I'm so happy that I have people that love this channel, want to see more, and that you guys actually learn a lot. I'm so grateful and proud of you guys. So thank you, my faithful viewers, for coming here, watching this video, and watching any of the other ones if you are so inclined. And I hope that I'll see you guys next year. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm your host, Oliver, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Fluffy Flamingos. Peace out.